Boys, it's another Wednesday, and that means it's another Duckhook show. They've been coming thick and fast, and this time it's off the back of 3 events in 7 days. The shootout, Glenvista, and Heron Banks. There's a lot happening, and finally we get a bit of a break, and all the admin's done, and the time we go back onto the golf course for competition will be in, 10 days' time at Royal East for Sunday Series 1 in March. So, we have a lot of previewing to do because there's been a lot of results. We had, as I mentioned, Glenvista last week and Heron Banks. I'm not alone, as always. And we've got a bit of a different panel today. Ryan joins us once again. That's 3 in a row. A bit of a hat trick for you. But we've got Paul Ricketts, who's joining us, and our Heron Banks champion, Jaco Grobler. So, hello and welcome, gentlemen. Thanks for joining me.
It's Jaco.
What did I say?
Thanks.
You said Grobler.
Sorry. It's been a long day. Jaco Jacobs. How can you forget the double J? Okay, boys. How is everybody after all the golf? Are we still supple? Any stiffness? Because we all played all 3 of them.
All good. Just hard sore for missing out again.
Again, yes.
So close.
We all know that.
I had to let Jaco win.
Jaco, I'm going to put you nice and big here for everybody to see. Tell us, second victory on the Duckhook Tour this season. What's going through your mind?
Yeah, man, I think, the first win at Wanderers was, especially after last year's performances, and I think Paul can testify to that. We won at Wanderers, and 3 or 4 wins later, you get the second win. As I say, I'm very delighted, take the ball is rolling, take it and make the best of it, huh?
Exactly. Take it, as many will know, if you know the Duckhook fraternity and you know the players, it very much runs in form. So Jaco is on his form now, and normally what happens after hitting great form is it kind of goes like this eventually. So let's see how long you can keep that form going for, Jaco. It would be nice to see if you even win another one and totally make the guys chase you for the player of the season. Although we do want a bit of a chance, but that's why golf has a handicap. Hey, Ryan? Snip, once again.
Agreed. Once again.
The boys
he complained about his handicap.
Yeah, but remember, it's just it's one of those days that everything goes right. It's not going to shoot it every day. So okay, but I'll take it.
You'll take it. I wish it all went right for me more often. Let's go to the chat line, because without the boys here on the chat line, well, we wouldn't be on air. Hans Yaman, away boys. Yes, nice and simple. Keegan, well played. Keegan and Heron Banks tied for second on -4, if I'm correct. Van Lebowski also at Heron Banks. Nice to see everybody so early in the morning. I think it was nice. We finished. It was worth the drive out there, but we'll get to that when we get back to Heron Banks. Good evening, all the Ducks. Leon says hello. There was a comment here that I wanted to put in from Quibus, which says, hello, boys and girls. Can't believe it's Wednesday already again. Time flies when Duckhook's busy. Damn right.
Oh, so true.
Just
Yes.
one day to the next. Love the shirt, Maz. Yes, that is our Thursday series shirt, which we will be showing off a bit during the season. From the shootout, Peter Zach says, evening all. Mornay says, are we there yet? Hold on, dog. Hold
on, please.
Asa,
We were stiff from golf and man's line, or stiff from admin.
Yeah, my brain. Right, there's so many comments, but we'll get some more of your answers as we go through the show. I just want to see what Wayne says here. Wayne says, Jaco, you said all you need is a driver and a putter. Looks like it worked and it's done. Yes. What did you say? You hit just about every fairway in regulation at Heron Banks?
I think ultimately I've missed 2 fairways. So 2 fairways the whole day will definitely make the golf much easier.
Sure, that's some decent golf.
Definitely.
Okay, well, trivia time. There hasn't been trivia for a bit, but I thought I'm going to make it especially hard today. You're even going to struggle to Google this one. Right, so what I did is I thought, I'm going to get a flyover screenshot of a very infamous golf course, right? And here it is. So I want to know, and I'll put this on during the show, is which golf course layout setup is this? This is like almost live because it comes from Google Earth. So yes, I'll leave that on for a second later. Is there any guesses, gentlemen, on the show? Have you got an idea what golf course this is?
No idea.
Nope.
Yeah, no.
Nope.
Maybe some of the PGA tournaments coming up.
Well, why? I would guess that because it's so green. But I'm going to give you one clue. It's not in South Africa, right? I think that is a pretty good clue. Okay, well, let's get started. Glenvista, everybody. Glenvista. I'll keep looking for your answers and see if anybody's right, and I'll collect them. Glenvista, we played our second series, Thursday series event. And before we get to the results, Ryan, we had a bit of live scoring issues, and pretty much the reason for live scoring issues is in-game updates. So we had a lot of guys come to us on Thursday after the fact wanting to adjust handicaps, etc., etc. We do ask very nicely that you are notified before the game starts. And what happens?
Yeah, then it doesn't seem to work. The reason why we ask for before the first tee off, because most likely if you'd let me know before the first tee off, not your tee off, the first tee off of the day, most likely I'm still busy creating the game because we created on the morning of the day, then you catching me while I'm creating it, and then I can adjust where I need to adjust, or just add in the correct handicap if there is a mistake on the game there. The other thing that we also have is, guys, I want to say, look for me on Gamebook, then you friend me, because when you're using a join code and you're scrolling through the groups, you need to be very careful that you don't tap on the guys' names and scroll up. You need to tap the group and scroll up along, because as soon as you tap on the guy's name, Gamebook have enabled the feature where you can drag and drop the guys into different groups. And then what happens with Gamebook, as soon as you drag and it drops by accident in another group, then you have a 5-ball, and then Gamebook gets confused and says, hang on, we can't have a 5-ball. Then it tries to rectify itself, and then it duplicates groups and it duplicates players, and then I've got to try and sort it out. And then because we've now started play and the first guys have started entering scores, then that's when the problem comes in for changing handicaps and all that, because now Gamebook for some reason can't handle that, because it's now saying the game has started, we can't do any changes. Then it reverts changes or makes mistakes, and then like on Thursday it just went completely bonkers. There was no save in it. As an example, here in Banks, we did no changes. We set up the game, and look how smoothly and perfectly it worked. There was no problems whatsoever.
Correct. So from going forward from now on, we've got to understand that changing one or two people affects the entire field if Gamebook breaks. So if you come after the fact and you want to change something, I'm sorry for you. You'll just have to reflect as what you are currently. All right, so that's the little bit. So let's go to Glenvista. The results at Glenvista. Cornel Erasmus getting his first Duckhook title win. Congratulations. He had already left thinking probably that he wasn't in a chance because, as you know, Gamebook was not accurate and we didn't really know. There was Donnie Geldenhuys playing off like a 15 handicap. I don't know, there was some Lyle Langley was off a 17, so he was like minus 10 at a stage, which is obviously not correct. So Yandre de Toy comes in, loses on the countback at minus 4, 40 points as well. Donnie Geldenhuys, great round from him, shooting level par, coming in third. Steve Saunders, his form continues as well. Lyle is also playing well this season, even par, 36 points. There you are, Ryan, and that, I can tell you, has put you in the qualifying for the Masters.
Finally.
Calvin Pinnar and Louis Dodon +1 with Jacques Gravenstein, and Koos van Sales on +2 with 67 ranking points to his name. So that's how it all finished, and because everybody had run away, I couldn't really get interviews because once we had known what the top 10 was, a lot of the guys had already left, which is unfortunate, but it also saves us some time. Cornel Erasmus, this is his scorecard, and he started on the first, and look at that front nine. 36 even par for 22 points. That is a really, really good effort from Cornel off his 8 handicap. Struggling a bit on the way back with a stretch of 4 bogeys on the 13th, 14th, 15th, and 16th, but luckily managed to get 2 3-pointers at the end of it all to finish on 18 points, and combined, as we see, 40 points to take the victory. So he wins it on the count back, if I'm not mistaken, on 18 points. So well done to Cornell. I did speak to him, and yes, very happy that he managed to finally, after 4 years, get a victory. Let's have a look at the pins, boys. The par 3 fourth went to Andre Kotzer. I think it was like within 50 centimeters. Then the par 4 14th was the closest in 2. Adam Ford taking the Golf Concepts voucher. And then Kunrad Pretorius in the par 3 14th, pipping me by 10 centimeters. Thanks, Kunrad. The one time that I stiff it within 2 meters, somebody goes and beats me. Uncool, man. Hey, but then again, I was a fourth four ball to go through there, but I did think that I might be able to hang on to that. All right, so that was the pins. Let's have a look at the groups. What happened in the groups? Well, Peter Prinsloo took it on +3 over Cole van der Meulen, Lucie Janssen, Billy Hall, and Henry Hall. While Stephen Saunders, -1, beats out the rest in Group B, Wayne Jensen, Calvin Pino, Lyle Langley, and Shandon Schaefer. Right, everybody's still with me. Boys, I promise you'll talk during the Heron Banks thing. But if we get we'll get through this one. Head-to-head, well, the red team was leading by a point. This is what happened on the day. The blue team and Captain Sean Salmon won it 7-3. Yay. So it's all squared up once again. So congratulations, blue team. The victories coming from Sean, Simon, Mark Borragero, Dylan De Beer, Louis Jordan, Louis Wild had a bit of a long day. Myself, just over Eddie Ivans, +9 to his +10, and then Grant Nell +10. So there we go, 7-3, and it's all tied up again. Okay, so that's Heron Banks. Where do we feature next for the Thursday series? Well, that's Park View on the 10th of March. It's going to be 2 back-to-back games again, and then we almost got a 2-week gap while the holidays are happening, and then we're only back on the 27th, 17 days later. Unheard of. Right, so Park View, if you haven't entered yet, better get entering. The course is in magnificent condition. We haven't had it on the calendar for a while. I think the last winner we had at Park View was Peter Prinsloo, if I'm not mistaken, when he just joined us.
Right, yeah.
And I think he shot like 7 under, going back into the annals of history here. And we all thought, who's this guy? Bloody ringer.
Yes.
But we love Peter now. He's okay now. Yes, right.
Still do.
Okay. Once again, Dylan has sent us a tip. And this is the warm-up tip. Once we've done that, we'll go to Heron Banks and get the rest of the boys' opinions.
Morning, guys. Okay, so today's tip we're going to do a little bit on how to warm up. Okay, very important when you warm up, not to practice. Okay, it's literally a warm up. Just want to hit a few, find a little bit of rhythm, find a little bit of balance, a little bit of feel for the club on the ball, and just get yourself obviously loose and ready for the first tee. So I've got here a little gap wedge, 7-9 driver. Okay, I like to hit no more than sort of 12 or 15 balls as a warm-up, again, so that I don't find myself starting to practice or work on my swing. Okay, so let's get this done. Okay, so I've done a little bit of stretching, a little bit of rotary. Done mine already. Okay, I also like to just warm up my hands a little bit. Just get everything nice and loose and ready to go. Okay, we've got a little 52 here. We're going to hit up about 5 or 6 of these just to get some feel. Feeling good, so we're going to go into the full swings. My process this time.
Yes, we are ready. Thank you, Dill, for the tips. What you should do, go to YouTube, and search for player warm-ups on the PGA Tour, little inserts that they do. Those are really fascinating, where they go through selected players that they do a feature on, and then they go to the chipping range. You see them, and they break it down, how many balls he chips, what type of chips he does. Then they go to the driving range, how many balls of each club they hit, and then where they go before they tee off 10 minutes before. Those are really fascinating to see what some of the best golfers in the world do. Peter says, show us the course again, Maz. Okay, well, I will do that. I'll show you again. There's been some really, really good guesses. Where is it? I'll get to it in a second. Here it is. Which course is this? Boys, any more guesses? No.
You certainly say so, though.
Yeah. I'm going to put some of the comments that the guys have put on so long. Leonard Duplasani says, New York, Central Park Golf Course. Sure, I'm not so sure there's a Central Park Golf Course in New York. So I'm going to go with wrong. Then, there's trees, buddy. Now, this is in relation to Leon saying St. Andrew's Old Course. That might be the worst guess of them all. I'm just putting that out there. Links versus not so much links. Alan says Pontevedra Beach. Here's a clue. If I zoom out more, there's still no beach. Okay. Royal Birkdale, Paul says. No, that also is a links course, I'm sure. Basil says the blue course Durrell. That would be incorrect. So, that was some of them that came through. Right, are we ready for Heron Banks, gentlemen? Heron Banks. This was the result after a beautiful day. The course was in great condition. I think everybody will agree. It was spectacular to finish early and be able to get home. I wish we could do that more often. So the results here, Jaco Jacobs winning on 5 under. At one stage, it was pretty close. Paul Ricketts, -4. 3 guys tied for -4, 40 points. Kira O'Connell and Keegan Corbett, he had a chance to get to 5 under, but I don't think he would have beaten you, Jaco, on the countback. Good defense of your title, Quibus, on -339 points with Peter Prinsloo. These boys will be happy because they're in qualifying position for the Masters at Serengeti. Russell Tanny having a good game. Brian Owen. Oh, Brian, you were flying at one stage. You were, I think, on -5, 6. Looked like you were going to run away with it, and then unfortunately came back to the field. Leon Westers, another good finish from him, and Flicky Barnard features in the top 10. It's been a while since he's been in the top 10 of the page. So, before we have a look at, okay, let's do that now. Jaco, give us here's your scorecard. Take us through your round.
Okay, Mas, we started on the 10th. So the first 6 holes I hit greens and regulation. So I made a birdie on the 11th. So I was 1 under through gross. And number 15 is, as I mentioned earlier, is one of the fairways that I've missed. I push it to the right and I hit it into the river. So I took a penalty, hit it just short of the green, chip and 2-putted. So I made a drop there. And number 18, is one of the difficult holes. I think it's stroke 2, I think stroke 2 or stroke 1. And I had to put a chip onto the green for 3. Had a difficult downhill slide hill putt. I missed it just short, and then I made a 5 on that. With the turn, the wind started picking up. I don't know if the guys noticed. There was a couple of strong gusts of wind the second round, which I started playing. Making a par on the first. The second hole is the one that I've missed as well, the fairway. Hit the fairway, the rough. The ball was a little bit low down, I hit it a little bit thin, as everybody knows that the pin was in the front. So I hit it at the back, it was quite a difficult, downhill putt to just to get it close by. So I 3-putted there. Going through the other greens, through the rest of the scorecard, I think I hit 5 of the first 6 greens in regulation. So it was like, regulation balls. Hit fairway, hit the green, 2-putted. Number 15
Sorry.
Sorry, yeah. And number 8, I also just missed a green, chipped on it, and I missed a close putt. And number 18 was the first time that I looked at the scoreboard, or the live scoring. Then is when I asked Jock Ravenstein, what is the scoring like? Because at the end of the day, you know that you've got a good score running. I think I was 5, 6 under, playing 7 to actually playing 18. Then I knew, he must be in the running. And then he told me, ultimately the closest person is at -4. So number 18, if you play very conservatively, I think I hit a 5 iron, 7 iron, 9 and a 9 iron on the green, and it just spun back a little bit. The second tier, the pin was at the back. Just hit it too hard, and I 3-putted from there. So yeah, -5. It was one of the flawless golf games that I had. I think I hit 13 greens in regulation. And it was actually kind of nice to play because it was easy golf.
When I was there to film you, I had already said pretty much you could black the hole out and you had won it. So that's also a nice position to be in where you can be so far ahead. Paul, as we know, you came in second. So I thought, let me give you some inspiration and some good vibes. Dear second place, this one is for you, Paulie.
Thanks, Maz. Appreciate it.
Absolute pleasure. What about second place? When it comes to losing, you're the best. That's for you, Paulie.
Yeah.
But wait, we're not done. We're not done.
Okay.
Making second place, great again. Paul.
Well, look, someone's got to come first, last.
When are you going to win one? I think is the biggest question.
Maz, I try.
Mm-hmm.
I thought I was in with a chance at this one. I didn't go missing on my game's been pretty good lately, and I've gone missing on a few holes. But this time around, I sort of strung it all together. Less than 1 or 2. But I had a chance to go to 5 under on 18 and lip the putt. So, all good on Jaco. I mean, he kept it together. I came second again.
Look at that. The first hole. What side did you start on? The
so I started on 1. And I've taken the driver out of the bag.
Yeah.
And the 3-wood is actually going very well. I'm hitting the fairway. So I was in prime position on 1. I hit the hybrid then just short of the green, and my chipping's usually pretty good, and I proceeded to thin a bloody wedge right over the back of the green into the crap. Yeah. And then came back in the 7, and I thought, oh, here we go again. It's one of those games where I get into positions and everything goes wrong. But then I just had a run of pars in a row and just kept scoring, and I just decided, more importantly for me, it was, yes, I want to win, but I spoke to Peter and Jaco about it on the Saturday when we played McCally's Park, and I want to qualify for the Masters. Yep. So it was more important to try and keep my head and keep me in the game instead of messing around, which I managed to do.
Well done, you did manage to do it. Also, upswing of form for you, so hopefully you can translate that. Would be great to win at Royal East, that is for sure. Okay, well, I did manage to catch up with a lot of the boys afterwards to get their thoughts, and this is what they had to say. Peter, happy with today? Top 4 finish, -3.
I'm very happy about it. I've been working very hard just to get my game where I wanted to be and to qualify for Masters. Hopefully we'll get it done. But I'm happy. I had silly mistakes, the second 9, but I'm happy. The game is coming on, really, really good.
What part of your game is coming on?
Yes, you won't believe it, was actually the putting. Putting and my irons. But putting my irons is really looking good. A little bit of struggle off the box still. Everywhere I dropped it was off the box, but otherwise my putting was hot. I think I've got like 7 1-putts on the first 9.
Right, for 4th, -3, that's a good defense to your title. Happy with it?
Yeah, happy and a bit disappointed, to be honest. I threw it away. I took holes where I blanked. I mean, if I had just that 1 point, it would have given me the -5. But otherwise, as I said previously, I love this course. It's just, to me, it suits my eye so much, and was fun. The greens was good. I putted well, and it was just an awesome experience today.
Probably the best round of the season for me so far. I've had starts, and then I go missing for 3-4 holes. But today it sort of clicked. I missed 2 holes, but everything sort of clicked. Driving nice, chipping, putting, good.
Most importantly, into the Masters.
I love Serengeti as well, and I was panicking that I was going to miss it because I've been so rubbish on the other leagues. And I'm thinking, nah, I can't miss. I need to have a good round now. And I've done it. So I'm happy.
Finally, course, how was it?
Lovely. Very good, Nick. I enjoy Heron Banks. It's tight, but it's forgiving as well. If you can hit the fairway, I mean, you've got easy shots in. But it's beautiful condition.
Kero tied second. Are you happy with that? You had the clubhouse lead at a point.
Yeah, very happy, man. So we teed off first. I started off very well. I started off like a house on fire. I started dropping a bit, but I managed to keep the 2 pointers in. So I finished 20 points. But yeah, happy with the round.
Most importantly, that's probably into the Masters now.
Yeah, I'm chuffed. That's all I wanted. I just want to play every major. That's all I'm focusing on. Just trying to get my handicap down. So a good round, and I'm happy with it.
Congratulations, winner. Can you believe it? Another one this season.
Yes, yeah, Maz. I think last year, as we know, everything was close, but no cigar. But now this season, second win in 4 or 5 games. So yeah, I'm really chuffed with myself.
Why did you win? What was so strong about your game?
I tell you now, definitely the driver. The last couple of games that I've played was the driver. I couldn't get off the tee, and as everybody know, if you can't get off the tee, then you struggle. He's hitting from the rough, chip, making 5 and 6s. But today, I think if I miss maybe 1 or 2 fairways, then that was the key to the success.
There you go. Sorry, they'll be chatting on the outside and then the video ended. Yes, so well done to all the guys in the top 10. Very nice to see. I had 1 or 2 comments here that I was busy reading, and one was from Quibus. My 2 blanks and 3 putts on the 18th cost me for sure. I'm sure it did. Unlucky Quibus. And there was another one saying, Mornay was definitely worth the drive. Great day out. Yeah, nice and fresh. The weather was perfect. Perfect. They've done very well. I was speaking to the golf director there afterwards, and I was wondering, I said, how come you're not ranked, just to stir a bit, in the SA Top 100? He was a bit like, I don't know. I wish I had the answer to that, because it's definitely not the worst golf course around, that's for sure. Okay, let's touch on the rest of what Heron Banks had to offer. Right, the pins on the day. Here they are. Closest in 2 on the par 5 ninth, and let me just come out here. I was right. Not one person hit the green, but Lyle came close. He was on the bunk on the left-hand side. So if it was straight, it would have been on the green, but I think that's probably the first time somebody doesn't hit the green. The par 3 10th went to Johan van der Walt, and he went off first, so he pretty much stuck it close and gave nobody a chance. Alan Lowe on the par 3 17th put it really close to take the Strixon golf balls on the day. And yes, thank you, boys. Good efforts. Paulie, take us through the best team on the day.
So the best team on the day, you can see, look, Alan +5, jeez. But then he's got Jaco in it and that as well. So, I mean, with the winner there, Cobus coming in at mine, was he +3?
No, it was -3. That's -3, yes.
Yeah, -3.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so you got those 2 in it, holding up, and then Shane, Paul, Jacques, and Alan just coming at the back end of it. But good showing for them, and Cobus gets a beer out of it, so he was happy.
Well, I'm actually hoping that Alan and Jacques' score is correct there. That might maybe be something else. But yes, they were definitely the winning team. I can tell you that much. Definitely. Ryan, take us through the featured groups.
So we had Group A there with Edwin and Peter, Zach going together on +3, beating Overno and Pranay there. And then Leon was on a little bit on form there. He didn't play too bad. He took the team there over Ronnie, Louis, and Mitchell. And then, obviously, if you're in Yaku's group, there was no chance you're going to beat Yaku on that one. So, well played there, Yaku. You're going over you Anita, Ian, and Karuna.
Well played, Holtzy. That's all I have to say. Okay, Teams. What happened? Well, the Blue have 2 in a row, boys. 2 in a row. 5.5 to 4.5. Much, much closer. Sorrel Steyn, unfortunately, as captain, got beaten by Donnie by a host of shots. And Fricky Barnard beat Dean Bester by almost an entire scorecard. 24.
They playing cricket.
22, yeah. They might have been playing cricket. I don't know what game he was playing. Yeah, that is a mood, Sir PK. Monera Kelly beating Leon Kruger. There's a tie for you between Jean and Leon. Matthew Woodall beating Chad. Russell, great day out for him, beating Wayne. Hansi Haman beating Barry. And then Peter obviously beating Rudolph. And then Graham de Villiers losing out to Keegan. And then Cornell, fall from grace after his Glenvista round. He's gone +9 again, just to show you it ain't so easy to keep scoring in golf. That's why we love it, and that's why we keep coming back, because we have to strive to do better. Okay, it is that time of the month where all the games are done, so we're going to update everybody on how all the league standings are looking. Once again, our proud sponsor is Strixon, who are sponsoring the Series Champions a year's supply of golf balls, and the player of the season, a set of irons with a golf bag. Right, let's go straight away to the Thursday series. This is how it stands. Well, it would have changed after Glenvista. We have Jean Draynel. Can you believe he's leading? And I don't have a picture of him. The only reason he's in front is because he's got 72 points at the bottom, where Cornell's only got 40 because he's played 1. So the 2 guys on top is Jandre De Toy and Cornell Erasmus, and then Jaco just drops a bit from his Wanderers effort. Then there's a whole host of, I wouldn't say whole host, there's 2 on 38 points, tied 4th. That's Donny Geldernes and Martin Tauter. And then Steve Saunders by himself in 6. And then look at you, Ryan, there you go, 36 points.
Yeah, Ryan.
You're leading these fellas because you got. That's how I sorted it. You on 67 points. Carl van der Meulen 63 points with 33 points. Lyle and Pete Skitter, which did not play Glenvista, so that's why he had dropped a long way. Sunday Series 1, Ryan, you can take us through this one.
Yeah, Sunday Series 1 had a little bit of a shuffle there with those Sorrels on top there with in first place, and Bar and Pizza also played a good round there at Modderfontein. We've got a Trevor there tied second with him, and then on tied 4th we have Stephen and Graham on 38 points. Then we've got Nikki and Wayne on 37 points on tied 6th, and then Shandon on tied 8th with Richard and Bobby there on 36 points. It seems like 36 points and upwards is the top 10 in the leagues.
Very, very popular. Let me just give a shout out to Barrett, because that was his only game. But that is 3 under off a scratch or plus or -1 or 1 handicap, something to that effect.
That was a.
I played yes.
Do you play with Paul? How did that go? His round there. Give us a reminder.
He could not put anything, he couldn't put a foot wrong. He was actually playing very well. He was very unlucky not to take the actual day. But I mean, of that handicap to shoot what he was doing, it was fantastic to watch him be part of the same ball as that as well. Really good golf.
So let's see how he transpires coming the rest of his season. I know that he did injure himself, so hopefully he can be back and ready for Royal. Yeah. Another person in the slips playing cricket who can't catch because you haven't played in 5 years, and then catches on the finger. Pranay, yes, he did the same thing. Cocked up his whole season last year. Boys, don't field in the slips if you don't. I know you don't want to run around on your cricket field, but rather stand somewhere else, because cricket balls are hard. Yes.
Or don't play C1.
Correct. Here we go. Sunday Series 2. So this is updated from Heron Banks. Peter van Beek still leads it because he's only played 1 and he made 42 points at Ibotsi. Moving forward, Jacob's 41 points jumps up, and obviously Series 2, the scoring is higher, Ryan.
Yes, definitely much higher. I mean, I think Jakob jumped up almost 20 spots or 15 spots or something, because his first round wasn't that great, but yeah, no, definitely. And then I see we've got a Keegan and Paul, you in the top tier as well, and Kera's in the tied 3rd there, you guys all there in 40 points. And then we got a Peter and Cornell, Quibus tied on 6 on 39 points. And then we got Russell and Donnie on 38 points. Yeah, it looks like the top 10 is 2 points higher than what the other leagues are.
Right. I'm seeing on the chat line, somebody's saying there's a bad echo. I'm not hearing the echo from my side, so I hope it's not for everybody. Player of the season. This is what it looks like after a host of events. Player of the season, Jaco Jacobs. How I did it this time is I put the combined points together. It's not on average. The average is below, but I wanted to see how many people have scored what points in 2 events. 2 months of events. Jaco Jacobs. There you are. 1,153.99. First person to go past 1,000 points, and I might say that might be a record of getting past 1,000 points so quickly. Cornel Erasmus, 28 points. That's because he's got a victory and a second place. Take it away,
Good
Ryan.
golf.
Then in third place, we got Stephen Saunders on 800 points. And then we got Sorrel Stein on 734 after his win. He did a good round there. And then Donnie on 553. And then Peter van Wyk with his single win that he's got there on the 6th place. Wayne has had a good start, except for 1 or 2 rounds, but he's had a good start as well on 500 points there. And then Martin on 476, 7th. Lyle on 386 and Barent on 376. It looks like the top 10 is 300 points and higher, but yeah, Jaco's obviously showing us the way to go.
Yeah, so the man to catch at the moment. Okay, boys, 2 months is gone, so that means it's Masters qualifying, and it's a truer reflection of who's in position to qualify for the Masters on the 1st of April. Just remember, this is what we're all playing for. We're playing for a 2-night stay for 4 golfers, including a round of golf at Champagne Sports Resort. This is going to be a fantastic prize. So all to play for. The top 14 of each series will qualify for the Masters, which will add to that is the automatic qualifier. So I'm going to run through this very quickly because this is a lot of names. Automatic entries. Fricky Barnard, as we know, the champion of champions from last year. Randall for winning Series 1. Ronnie for Series 2. Thursday series Fricky won, so there's an open spot. And then when we go to majors, myself, I won the open. Aldo Ferrari won the Masters last year. He's not available. And then Fricky won the Summer Cup as well, so he's given another spot. There we go. Sunday 1 hasn't changed since the last time we showed this. Sorrel, Stephen Wayne, Nicky Barent, Trevor, Shandon, Richard, Graham de Villiers, Lyle Langley, Bobby van der Spey, Gerard Gerber, Ian Holte, and Peter Zakaria is currently in Sunday 1 qualifying. Thursday after this week, Jaco Jacob is topping to Thursday and qualifying from there because you did win at the Sunday 2 at Heron, but you still got more points in the Thursday series. Cornel Erasmus, 550 points. Martin Tate, Jean-Ray Dutoy, Donnie Geldernees, Carl van der Meulen, Hans Jaman, Ryan, there you are, Peter Schutter, Jacques Gravenstein, Alan Lowe, Grant Nell, Louis Jordan, and Tyron Vickery are currently in position to play at Serengeti. But this is all going to change. I pretty much will say that the top 5 of each of these might probably be guaranteed to go through, but the bottoms can change. Peter van Wyk, Keegan Corbett, Paul Ricketts, there you are, Paul, Kerry O'Connell, Donna Paramal, Russell Tandy, Peter Prinsloo, Quibus Skuman, Leon Duplessis, Leon van Aarde, Leon, talk about a trifecta of Leons there, all in, Brian Owens, Scott Hamilton, and Clint Bridders. There we go. So this is for the Masters, so we're looking forward to that. There is only one more thing to do, and that is not give you the answer to what golf course that is, but I want to update you on some of the team knockout groups, okay, and who has played so long. So a couple of guys managed to get 2 rounds in the Unthinkables, which is Simon and Leon took on Dikuna and took a victory 2-1. So they are topping the table, but that's not really much to write home about when there's so many teams still to play. So that's Group A. Let's have a look at Group B. We're in Group B, and unluckily, we lost to Steady Eddie. The last 2 holes, we lost 1 up. We were leading pretty much for 16 of the damn holes, and we managed to, let's just say, Mr. Eddie thinned one out of the rough right next to the pin on the 8th, and then killed us with a double stroke. So thank you for that, sir. Scales from the Vales played Slice and Dice at Heron Banks and smashed them. 8 and 7. So there's a bonus point for those gentlemen. And
Russell was on form. Yes, I almost thought he was going to take the day at some point.
Yep.
Yeah, he was flying.
So they are the pace setters. The rest of them still got to get going. Grant myself will take on the ladies on the next Sunday series at Royal. Right, let's go to Group E. So there's no C and D. They haven't started. This group's been quite busy. V is currently leading, and that is Jean-Dre and Dave on also a bonus point victory, 6 and 5, so they're on 4 points. The Mighty Goats had a victory over Lowell and Hardy. This was at Heron Banks, 5 and 3. So those two are topping, and the others obviously don't have any points. Let's go to Group F very quickly. Group F. Be the ball, become the ball. Who is Cornell and Keegan. I think they they beat the Gamblers 2 up and all square against the G4s for 1 extra point. So that is 4 points for them. So doing rather nicely. So be the ball. I think it's the only ones with two games played currently. Right, we're almost there. Group G. Sparkies took on the Putt Pirates. Sparkies made up of Mornay and Leon. Went up 1 up. Well done to those gentlemen. So they got 3 points. I hope that's right. Group H, hit and run. Bonus point victory, 6 and 5 over, who did they play? Underachievers, Hansi and Rudolph. So a bit of a run. I shouldn't say overachievers, I should say underachievers. There we go. And underachievers played 2 already, but they have got 1 victory against Cuervo Boys, which was at Glenvista. Right. Ooh, okay, talking like plenty. All right, let's go back to the question, and this was the question. Which golf course is this? Yes, some of you did get it. Well done. I can tell you which golf course it is. Well, it's Augusta National. Totally looks different from the air, gentlemen. The trees don't look as prominent, do they? And the course really looks on top of each other, like they're kind of crisscross, don't you think?
Yeah. A bit of a different view.
Yeah. So, well done to those guys who got it, whether they were guesses or actually knew. But the first person who did say something was Wayne Jensen. He said the home of the Masters. You would be correct. 1 point.
I'm not surprised Wayne knew that.
Werner
He
Lebowski.
was on the phone to Dorian while he was Googling it.
Sure. Then it says Augusta, question mark. Your question mark is
Well done.
correct. Peter says Augusta National as well. Well done, Peter. Peter Prinsley, it's definitely Augusta. I like your positivity there. Definitely. Keegan says
Change.
Augusta. And Jacques says, does look like Augusta. This was after a couple of guys said, is it Augusta? So that is it, everybody. So, we have a bit of a
Prince will
break.
change his mind, eh?
Did he? To what?
Someone said, I think Leon said Augusta first, and then Peter went, no, it's got trees. It hasn't got trees.
That was
I think
Kansas.
yeah.
Peter said, don't worry, that little short guy will get away with everything.
I am just going through some of the last comments. Wayne says, out, still feeling the pain from Russell Tanny beating us. So I suppose his partner didn't do much there, if you say it that way.
Chad is still drinking there.
Louis says, all 3 my sons qualified for the Masters. Who's the third son?
Leonardo.
Okay.
Yeah, it's Leonardo. He's friends in school days.
Okay. Boys, that's it. So we're going to enjoy a week off, and then we build up next week into Royal East. So we'll be back on Wednesday to do that, and then we'll throw in some extra things because we actually don't have too much to talk about. Boys, thank you so much again for joining us. Much appreciated.
Pleasure. Thanks for having us.
Thanks very much for the invite.
Thanks, guys.
Yaku, if you keep winning, we'll keep inviting you. But I'm sure many of us would rather see other people on the panel.
Yeah, slow down.
Just for a while.
I think Ryan will definitely have input into the performance.
Yeah.
Exceptional, my friend.
Couple of
Exceptional.
snips coming, I
You're
think.
coming back on a 6 handicap, and then you're going to cry.
Yeah, so really,
4 or 5.
I've
He's
already kept.
he's kept at 8, so now he'll be
Yeah.
kept at 6. I just love it. I love it.
Ouch.
So,
Hey, no, I think you need to do your calculations again,
I can do it again, but they'll look the same.
okay, Paul. I will say goodbye. You can say goodbye second if you like. But besides that, we are done, everybody. We'll see you soon. Have an awesome
Cheers, eh?
rest of the week. Cheers, guys.
Cheers, guys.
Thank
Ciao.
you.